independence, a gateway to freedom, a heavy responsibility. What does it mean to you? For many high school students, it means getting into their dream school and pursuing their dream career. But once you start applying to different schools and programs, it hits you. Getting accepted is one thing, but how are you going to afford it? Tuition, transportation, housing, groceries. All these things rake up bills and pull your dream life further and further out of reach. Let's go back in time a bit. It's 3 days before TEDx speaker applications are due. I was frantic. I used my brain so much my forehead developed a six-pack. It didn't make up for my receding hairline, though. I asked my dad, what should my speech be about? He started telling me there are so many kids my age that don't know how to manage their money properly, specifically when it comes to investing. So many kids don't know how to invest or why they should, yet no one's really brought it up. For lots of my friends, their main concerns for their future revolve around money. Being one of those concerned students myself, I wanted to talk about this. For Gen Z in particular, living has become more expensive than ever. According to the Canadian Centre for Alternatives, the total student debt owed in Canada amounts to just under $39 billion as of 2019. Youth unemployment rates are also scarily high in Canada right now. However, if more students knew what investing could do for them financially, now and in the future, life could be a lot cheaper for them. We are breaking the notion that investing is only something adults do to save up for retirement. Investing is something that students should start doing right now. I'd say that 70% of students at my school don't really think or know that much about investing. I've taken business since my freshman year, and I consider myself part of this percentage. I have learned about different ways you can invest money in business class, but I am far from being an expert. The remaining 30% are your finance bros, the guys that sit across from you in class, violently shouting at their computers as one of their stocks went down in value by a whopping 0.001%. I can't sell it anymore. And you're thinking, what are they on about? Like, seriously, what are stocks? What are bonds? What are GICs? Why should I care? Well, guess what? The finance bros are onto something. Investing money, especially at a young age, can bring you great returns for the future if you're smart about it. Yet, most kids don't even know where to start. Hold on, it's coming to me. It's coming to me. Give me a second. Give me a second. Learning how to invest shouldn't be viewed as just a hobby for business enthusiasts or an adult thing. It's a life skill. But the fact that it's considered an adult thing makes students prioritize it less, especially since they're so swamped with other things that they barely have time to learn how. Financial literacy is already being taught in math in Ontario schools, but investing money as a topic the strand of math doesn't delve into as much as it should, and not in a very engaging way. I looked at the official Ontario Curriculum and Resources website. 4th grade is when you're first introduced to the idea of investing, which is amazing and shows you how much financial education has improved. But you only learn the concept of it and not specific details. Makes sense, not many 9-year-olds own real estate. But once you hit middle school, the importance of it grows. You're at that stage in your life where you start planning your future. But how much does school cover the investing knowledge you need? From 6th to 8th grade, you learn about money concepts, currencies, and exchange rates. Financial management, creating financial plans, budgets, learning about simple and compound interest, and consumer and civic awareness, comparing ways for consumers to get more value for their money. In grade 9, you cover how to make good financial decisions. In grade 10, you don't cover financial literacy. I think it's replaced with analytic geometry. In grade 11, you do cover investing and personal finance, but more so in the workplace prep math course. But not all students are going to take it since it counts as a workplace credit for students that want to go straight into the workforce after high school, not university or college. And in grade 12, the Foundations for College Mathematics course is the only math course in grade 12 that covers any financial education. Investment education is lacking in many areas here. Why is it that investing in valuable personal finance knowledge is only considered important material for specific math courses and business students? Why not all students? What is stopping schools from integrating more thorough and hands-on investment education into all classrooms? Back in September, I went on a field trip to Rotman Commerce at the University of Toronto. On that field trip, they ran a stock trading simulator. I had done a similar kind of simulation in my grade 10 business class, which emulated a fake version of the actual stock market. You could buy and sell stocks with fake money. However, that ran for almost a month. The trading simulator at Robin was run through a series of rounds, only lasting 3 to 5 minutes each. You would buy and sell stocks for 2 different companies trying to make as much money as possible. And you had to zero out the balances in both of your accounts before the time ran out, or else you would lose a lot of profit. This was quite intimidating to me at first, but it ended up being an eye-opening experience that was different from anything I had ever done before. I learned firsthand what it was like to trade stocks in real time, see the volatile fluctuations of stock prices, and react quickly while making the best possible decisions. It was so interactive, engaging, and applicable to real life. This is how we should be approaching financial education in school, through a simulation like this one. We could implement this type of interactive learning simulator into the financial literacy unit in math, starting in middle school. It wouldn't have to be in a specific section of the unit. You could begin running this activity right when you start it, every day, just for a bit of the period. The main simulation could encompass everything on personal finance with a focus on investing. Picture this. For half an hour of math class, you run a simulation of a week in your life, pursuing your choice of work. During that time, you're paying your bills, your taxes, buying things you need and want, investing into savings accounts, stocks, and bonds, and seeing how much returns you'll get. Can you get through an entire week and be left with enough money to start off the next? Outside the main simulation, there could be separate sections on investing into various types of savings accounts, budgeting, and more as practice for the real thing. The best part about this simulation, it gives kids room to fail, to improve their investing knowledge and skills without the real-life repercussions. Okay, I have forgot again. Give me a second. Again. Rather than grading this activity, students will look back on how they did each run of the simulation and reflect on their financial decisions. This creates a safe and enjoyable learning environment for them and puts them in the right mindset for the future. In life, you will have ups and downs, but how you navigate them will help you thrive, financially and in every other aspect of your life. This would be a huge project requiring lots of fact-checking with business professionals and educators to ensure that the simulation is accurate, intuitive, and covers everything students need to learn. Lots of coding to design the interface and make the simulation run smoothly as well. But it would be very beneficial for our students and is a challenge we should be willing to take on. We should communicate with our math teachers, business teachers, get their input on how to make the simulation accurate. We should propose this idea to the principals of our schools across Ontario so they can bring it to the heads of the school boards and the provincial government to integrate it properly into the math curriculum for all Ontario elementary and secondary schools. We could encourage computer science graduates in Ontario who can't find jobs to help make this life, giving them a bit of extra money and letting them play a crucial role in upgrading financial education. Investing is such an important skill we need to learn, but the way we learn about it in class isn't enough to prepare us for the future. Schools should be teaching us how to apply our financing knowledge. How do they do that? Give us the opportunity to do our finances so that when we go out into the real world, we know what to do. I remember my dad telling me he barely knew anything about investing when he came to Canada and its benefits. He had to figure that out on his own. Imagine trying to save up for the down payment without having any idea how to manage your money. The stress, the confusion, the self-doubt that fosters in you, convincing yourself you won't make it. Parents, if you felt like this before, you understand how it feels for your kids who are approaching adulthood, like skydiving, minus the parachute. We live in a currency-driven and unforgiving world. Greediness pollutes cities and towns, preying on the younger generation. Not only do the financial struggles of youth affect their own lives, it also affects the health of our economy. According to a news report posted by King's Trust Canada in November of 2024, Canada's failure to address its youth unemployment crisis will cost the country $18.5 billion in gross domestic product by 2034. That's only 8 years from now. The report also discusses the social consequences of unemployment in youth, in turn aggravating their financial situations, worsening mental health, substance abuse, higher crime rates. If we want to avoid the deterioration of the Canadian economy and our communities, schools need to teach investing more thoroughly in class so that teens have a way to keep themselves afloat in a world that's against them. Teaching kids how to invest their money can help them support themselves and their future endeavors. Guys, you are not alone when it comes to be worried, when it comes to being nervous about growing up and being financially independent. And you shouldn't have to be. There's a way that schools can further help you achieve your dreams by teaching you the valuable skill that is investing. One that I have not been seen being taught to students who aren't interested in business or in specific math courses that only go towards particular post-secondary pathways. This information isn't exclusive. It is vital for all teenagers to know in today's world, where living even somewhat comfortably costs a hefty check. This change is what will propel the youth and the economy forward. Because by investing in the students of today, we are investing in the adults of tomorrow. Thank you.